Just what if I told you it could generate art, design concepts, and even photorealistic images with AI? Today, I'll show you how to transform your outdated hardware into a cutting-edge AI workstation using Stable Diffusion XL. And get this, you don't need any expensive upgrades. Without getting much involved, let's jump into the tutorial. So first of all, what is Stable Diffusion? Well, Stable Diffusion is an advanced AI model capable of generating stunning visuals from simple text prompts. Think of it as having a creative assistant right at your desk. The best part, you don't need a high-end PC. With a few tweaks, even older hardware can run it smoothly. Now we'll go over what you'll need. You'll need a CPU, any modern processor. You'll need an Intel i5 or an i7, or if you are running AMD, Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7. You'll need a graphics card, preferably NVIDIA, GTX 10 series or better, ideally with at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM. So that would be in GTX 1060, 1070, 1080 and beyond. You are going to need at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, we would prefer 16, and storage. At least 20 gigabytes free for software and models. This can be a hard drive, SSD, it doesn't really matter that much. Also, you'll need an operating system. You can use Windows or Linux. You can also use Mac OS, but that's more experimental, and I do not suggest you do that. Okay, so now we're going to go into how you actually set. Okay, so now that I am on the PC, we will need to download the required files. First, you're gonna have to go into the links in that I provide you in the description. First, you need the Comfy UI. This is a GitHub page. You just go to the releases, the latest version. Currently, as this video was made, it's 0.3.10. It might be newer. Then download this zip right here. It's 1.53 gigabytes, so it will take a little bit depending on your internet speed. Next, you're going to need Python. This will only work with Python version 10 or 11. I would suggest 10. Go to, again, the link in my description and download this, the Windows installer. Now you're going to need Git again from the link in my description. Click here to download. And lastly, you actually need the AI model. I'm going to give you a direct download link again in the description. It will take you to this page. And just grab this SDXL base 1.0 safe tensors. Press this icon and it will download it. Now once you have this downloaded, you need to install Git and Python. So for Python, I'm going to download the Windows installer. This should not take a while, it's only a small file. On the new Chrome it will show it up here and you can just click on it. Now press run. Here you can press it will give you the option to install. I already have it. Just gonna press upgrade now. I had an older version for this, I just need to update to the new one. Okay, there it is. Now, one other important thing that I didn't mention, you're gonna have on the installation process some checkboxes. Make sure you select the one that says add Python to path, otherwise it won't work. And now press close and run the Git installer as well. I already have that. Now you need to get the two files, the Comfy UI and the Stable Diffusion, over to your desktop for easy access. Now this is Comfy UI. As you see, when you extract it, you'll get this. So you need to take the .safetensors Stable Diffusion file, and then you're gonna have to copy it to Comfy UI. Go to models, checkpoints, and then you're gonna want to paste it here. This is the one I have. There's also another one. I'm gonna cover that in another tutorial, but just put it here. Now, once you have pasted it in, you're going to go back again, and find this run NVIDIA GPU.bat. You're gonna right click and you're gonna edit in Notepad. Here is where you can add arguments to your AI. First of all, this Windows standalone build should be on by default. Normal VRAM should also be by default. Now you're gonna add, I've added listen 0.0.0.0 just because I want to be able to access this over the network. So if my workstation is, let's say, in an office area, and I'm with a laptop working in another room, I want to be able to access this over the network. This is how you do it. Now, if you have any problems with running this, you can come back here later and add more arguments. For example, if you don't have enough VRAM on your card, say you have 4 and this is not enough, you can just space dash dash and you can type in low VRAM there. Not gonna do it because my card has 6. I have a 1660 Super. It's pretty good with the rendering generally, but you can also change and you can remove this. It will let it know to go a little bit slower, but it won't crash. That's everything to do. Don't touch anything else and just run it. Press run. Now this is gonna run, and there is it opened it up. This is the interface we use. First, you're gonna have to select the checkpoint over here. Just press this button. Sorry, the other one. SDXL V10, the one we downloaded. And now here you can put up a prompt of what you want to create. This is where you put the prompt. I'm not gonna change this one I made earlier. Here you can change the resolution. For example, 1280 by 720 would be 720p. Most images will be in this resolution, 124 by 124. Sorry, 1024. But if you have a high-end enough graphics card, you can also make 1080p images. That would be 1920 by 1080. But that's pretty demanding for most systems, and I would suggest you use 720p on your system. Now the batch size is how many images do you want to create. You may want 4, you may want 1, you might want 2. This is where you change it. C, just don't change this. You can also just not touch this. This here is things you don't want it to do. For example, if you don't want text, if you don't want to be ugly, or anything else you might want to add, you can add it here. But that's pretty much it. You don't change this file name prefix. I'm just gonna press Q prompt, and here, if I go back to this terminal, you can see it will start up the job. I have to wait a little bit as it's loading the checkpoint, but it will go through with it. The time that it takes to complete this will entirely depend on your system configuration. Mine, as you can see here, it's taking anywhere from 9 seconds to 1.5 minutes. Yours might be slower, might be faster. Be patient, wait for this to finish. You can see it finished. It will tell you how fast it is. So for me it's 109 seconds. And here is the image, the preview. Now if you're wondering where is this image saved, you go here to Comfy UI, you go to output, and there is your image. As you can see, it generated successfully, and if I view it here in the correct resolution I said it earlier, so 1280 by 720. Now this is everything you need to know on easy to make beginner friendly Comfy UI or Stable Diffusion AI installation. Now we're gonna get over it to why this setup is worth it. Cloud AI services can cost 20 to 50 euros a month or more, depending where you live. Running Stable Diffusion locally means you pay once for your hardware and you get unlimited access. Or if you already have your hardware, you don't even pay anything. You can do whatever you want with this. You can install more AI models. You can do a lot more with this. For example, you can, from image to image, you can make modifications, whatever you want. Plus, it's private. All the data, everything you request, all the photos stays with you. No company has access to it. Okay, now that you've seen what's possible, are you ready to unleash the power of AI on your old PC? Give it a try and let me know your results in the comments.